And welcome to my second video to those series of drawings based off my book. Only this video will be a little bit more unique because I have someone here to tell the story that is by me, and it is called The Blood War. So I hope you enjoy while I draw and they tell the story.
Prologue, narrated by one crazy guy. Part 1. Long, long ago, at a time when there was no lies, there was no veil, there were no illusions, all truths were bared, no secrets laid buried. This was a golden age. Alas, like all good things, it came to an end. Many knew this as the medieval era. In the prime of this era, there were five great tribes. The nobles were the dragon blooded. They always had quite the temper, but they held great respect for other tribes. The dragon blooded had a great ability of magic, for they could hold human like forms and turn into mystical beasts called dragons. For they could switch at will between both forms, which were powerful and elegant. There are three different sizes they can have. There were the small but quick dragon size. Then there were the mid-sized forms, which could be about the size of a small cabin, not counting wing size. There is also the rarest form that a dragon blooded can have, the Titan form, which is that the size of mountains. Then there were the strong and durable beasts, blooded, for they held human forms with animal features, and whatever features they held, they could turn into bipedal form of that animal. There, they too were well respected. Then there were the humans. The humans were immortal and smart, that understood science and how to make inventions. They taught their findings to the other tribes as well. They made magic that could not use it, which angered them. To the other tribes, the humans were unique and interesting species, since they questioned everything instead of letting it be. Then there were wizards. The humans were extremely envious of the wizards. Wizards were a special race. All together, they could do spells and magic. Then there were the mystics. The mystics were that of fantasy and wondrous creatures and held the most unique and vast of forms. Then there were those casted out from the tribes. They were the witches. The humans deemed them unholy and demonic. Out of fear of these witches, they burned them alive, believing they were doing good. Soon after the witches, the humans deemed the same of the wizards. The wizards and other tribes tried to come to a compromise with the humans, but the humans were the too narrow vision to see the effects of their sinful doings. The wizard tried one last time to reach a compromise with the humans, however. The humans acted out of spite, fury, and fear. They burned the wizard tribe family's youngest two children alive upon the stake. Out of rage and grief, the wizards went from the way of the hand to the way of the wand. The wizards declared war, then marched into the mid of night and burned with their wands whatever they found as human. The fire was so bright it looked like the morning sun rising from the mountains. The wizards burned a fourth of the humans' domain and persecuted the tribal family of humans and anyone who had involvement with them. Soon afterwards, the War of the Fire began. The war spread across the tribes and caused corruption and lies within all the tribes. The wizard, out of attempt for simulated peace, they created the veil. The veil kept humans safe and gave peace, but the fighting from the war was so bad, magical creatures had to move to Western land. Due to all resources being used, they could no longer live off the land, and so they moved to the Western mainland. However, some stayed. Dun, dun, dun.
And I will be finishing up this drawing now. That didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. I am drawing the humans, and then I'm going to be drawing all the leaders, like characters of the 5 tribes.
As your baby sister entertains you with music in the background.
Um, I wasn't quite planning any extra commentary, so I'm just going to be improvising and rambling again, like in last video in this part. You may end up skipping ahead to see the end result, in which I do not blame you. But some of you.
What are you drawing?
I am drawing the humans.
Which one are you drawing right now?
I am drawing the wizards.
Oh, how are you drawing him?
I like giving them their classic wizard hat, because to me, a wizard is not a wizard without a hat.
Yeah, or a wand, huh?
A proper hat or a proper wand. Or it's like one of those sci-fi stories where like the wizards don't need the hat kind of outfit. It's like these current event wizards.
Mm-hmm. Is that where they pulled a rabbit out of the hat?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I like giving them like a classic powered, slowly droopy hat. And as I go, I like